I feel it too. I feel it every single day. Pushing the burden on me, pushing the blame on me, trying to amplify my insecurities. The difference between me and the next individual is I'm strong-minded. All hard work leads to mere profit. Work as if you are working for the Lord. Be prideful in your struggle. Be graceful in each and every single thing that you do. My provider is God Almighty. I will be successful. I will be prosperous. And that's how the world works. Look at what they're doing. What are they telling you? What are they showing you? I don't need you to tell me I'm inconsistent. I don't need you to tell me I'm not built for it. Man, like, every single day, you know, I'm gradually progressing. I'm getting better. But for some reason, I still feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm in the same place. I catch myself looking at my circumstances and wondering if the progress that I'm making is enough. Wondering if I'm getting better fast enough. Wondering if I'm improving quick enough. You see, the frustrations that I'm having is I'm learning how to deal with the isolation. I'm learning how to deal with the loneliness. And I need to understand one thing about myself, which is how I can effectively and efficiently move on, how I can progress and move forward. See, as an online fitness coach, the first thing I teach my guys is how to build a sustainable mindset, how to build a mindset that pushes you through the tough times and the rough patches in life. And I'm in a much better situation than I was many, many months ago. But the emotional turmoil, the feelings, the frustrations, the experiences that I'm going through are still there. I'm very grateful. And sometimes I ask myself, am I appreciative of what I have? Guys, when I first started making videos, I didn't even have a car. Now I'm sitting in a Porsche with a watch on my wrist, in a much better situation, in a much better scenario. And I'm happy, I'm grateful for my life and my experiences. And I'm thankful because even the frustrations that I'm going through are causing me to be more humble. They're causing me to have more humility in life. Me going through the rough patch of not able to land any clients for a month, that made me dig deeper. That made me go harder. That made me realize what I needed to be focusing on. You get what I'm saying? Everything in life happens for a reason. But all in all, it's up to you to decide what that reason is. You're in charge of your destiny. You're in charge of your future. Nobody else can see the vision that you see as clear as you can see it. I want to be making $300 to $400K a month as an online fitness coach. That's the plan. That's what I want to do. That's the goal. I'm striving each and every single day so I can accomplish that. And I'm running into these bottlenecks. I'm running into these setbacks. I'm running into these frustrations. And I'm asking myself, is this really what I want to do? Because things are not going as planned. And that's the caveat of life. Things don't ever go as planned. That's the frustration that each and every one of us has. Things never go as planned. The person that you hope for to help you out is not available. The person that you wanted to rely on to contribute to your journey, to your goal, to your success, is not doing their part. And you choose to fit in and agree with what's going on versus the emotions, the inner turmoil going on within yourself. The frustrations of every single day, facing your goals, chasing excellence, experiencing the failures, the frustrations. And the lie that I thought it would get better. I thought as I got better and I grew, I would experience less problems. And this is not the case. This is the opposite. The better you get, the bigger the arena, the greater the problems. You have to learn to overcome your problems. Step over your frustrations, step over your struggles, and really think about the life you want. You got to fight for the life that you want every single day. You need a brotherhood. You need people to pick you up when you feel down. You need people who are going to encourage you to be the best version of yourself every single day. Because you can't do this on your own. Believe it or not. You need people who believe in your journey, believe in your experience, believe in your path to support you. That was a struggle that I was having. I get on the coaching call because I want to improve my content. I want to improve my productivity, my production, for not only for myself, for my viewers, so you guys are more engaged. You guys have better content to watch. So I get on the call. I introduce myself. He introduces himself. You know, the conversation starts off well the first 30 seconds. Then he starts asking these questions. What's going on? How long have you been posting content? How long have you been in this game? How long have you been doing this? I said, look, sir, I've been posting on my story every single day for the last 4 months. I've probably missed a handful of days. I've been posting every single day on my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube, Facebook, consistently the last month. He's like, okay, good. And this guy, he's very well known in his industry. He's an editor, an orchestrator for some of the biggest names in the YouTube space. So I was coming to him as a student. I was coming to him to seek knowledge, to seek help, for guidance. And during this interaction of him asking me about my particular situation, he continuously was questioning me. Asking me, am I really dedicated? Am I focused? Can you do this consistently? And I felt offended. I felt insulted. And I'll be honest. And then I started to get defensive. Because my message to him was, hey, I'm coming to you for guidance, for clarity, for assistance, for a plan. I'm not coming to you to be critiqued. I'm not coming to you to be questioned about my commitment to what I'm committing to. I booked the call. I made the effort to show up and see you face to face. I'm committed. But the barrage of questions, as if he was using me for information. And that's exactly what he was doing. He was recording the call, using me for information, questioning me, a gauntlet of questions. Okay, what about this? Don't you like? Okay, why is that not going well for you? Okay, why do you think that's not going well for you? Are you committed? Okay, what would you say is so completely running game on me, running script on me? It threw me off. And that right then and there is when I knew I was not going to do business with him. Because I'm in the business of creating relationships and friendships. I only want to do business with people who see the value in who I am as a person. Not people who just see me as useful. I have many people who want to use me because of my skills, abilities, and resourcefulness. But when it comes to valuing me as an individual, valuing me as a person, that's where there's this discord. That's where there's this confusion. Because a lot of guys don't understand, in order to get somebody as a client, in order to get somebody on your program, you have to make a connection. You have to get to know this person. You have to build a lasting relationship with this individual. You can't just sell them on value, sell them on information, talk their ear off, and want them to be a part of what you got going on. Because everything in life is an experience. You're experiencing the progress, the struggles, the turmoil. You're experiencing what life is going to be like when you make it out on the other side. You're experiencing the relationships, the memories, the certain situations that you have to go through, and you're getting better. That's what it's like. Now, oh, I'm not sure if you're ready for this because it seems like you have too much going on. That's what they told me, and I was distraught. That was not what I was expecting them to tell me. He said, how much do you expect to be making? I said, sir, if I implement each and every single strategy you guys give me, I expect to be making 10 to 20 to 30K a month the next 2 months from now. He looked at me and said, that's not possible. That's not realistic. And I rebutted. I said, excuse me, sir. My life is based on impossibilities. My life is based off unrealisms. I like to sell myself the dream. I like to buy into the delusion that I'm going to accomplish something great. That's how you get things done. You have to make the bar so hard you can barely climb it. It has absolutely nothing to do with me actually achieving 20 to 30K a month. I'm a dreamer. I imagine. And I have strong faith, and I'm very confident in myself. So this tells me what I need to know about this individual. This individual is one-track minded, one-dimensional, and focused on his goal, which is closing the sale on the call. Not really getting to know the individual as a person. Barraging them with questions while recording it so they can use that information as content, so they can use that information to promote their business, to promote what they have going on. So I want you to understand this. Only build connections, only build relationships, only do business with people you trust and you can build friendships with. People who you can see you having a long-lasting relationship with. This guy was very passively, aggressively arrogant. At the end of the call, I asked him, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Tell me what you do for a living. Now, he may have introduced himself prior, but I wanted to give him an opportunity to share something with me that he hasn't shared before. And when I asked him this, he broke his neck like this and said, I already told you who I am, what I do. Now, I smiled. I played it off. He called me an overthinker. He said I think too much. I said, no, sir, I'm not an overthinker. I'm a critical thinker. The life that I want to live is in my hands. It's up to me to make that happen. I have to think about each and every single thing. Now, don't accuse me of being lazy. Don't accuse me of being inconsistent. I am an action taker. See, he was using these methods, these tactics to try and draw emotion out of me, to extract information from me to use for his business. Now, there's nothing wrong with this as long as you go about it in an ethical way. You can't be trying to manipulate people's emotions, make them feel inadequate, invalidate their experiences, invalidate their expressions to you. Make them in a state of desperation, because all in all, let's go back to biology. That screams weakness. When you're dealing with somebody and they try to pry on your weakness to get something out of you, that's treachery. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with people who think that they can get to me by talking down on me. That's not going to work. That's not going to happen. 9 times out of 10, I've probably lived a harder life than you. So your tactics, your psychological barrage of tactics are not working. It doesn't make sense to me. Why don't you put in the extra effort? Why don't you put in the extra work to get to know what somebody really needs, to get to know somebody's pain points, to get to know somebody's struggles? Don't just play them for a dummy. Don't just play them for somebody, a sorry individual who can be walked over. That's not how the game works. You got to be genuine. You got to show people love. You got to show people respect. That's what the Bible teaches you. Preserve your reputation at all costs. Your reputation is more valuable than silver and gold. What people say behind your back when you're not around, that's what really matters. It has nothing to do with your experiences. It has nothing to do with your level of intelligence. It has nothing to do with your income. Your character, the way you see yourself, the way you communicate with others, the way you treat other people is what really matters. People look at that. Nobody remembers what you said. Nobody remembers the jokes that were made. They only remember the enjoyment. They only remember the laughter. They only remember how you make them feel. Make people feel good about themselves, and they will give you the world. Do not be a transactional person. Do not be a transactional being, because that screams scarcity, desperation. Nobody wants to work with someone who has a scarcity mindset. It's not going to happen. Never. When you work with somebody who has a scarcity mindset, who's in desperation, that individual, that person right there, is willing to do whatever it takes to get theirs out of you. Even if it means getting over on you. I pull up to the salon to get my hair redone. We're having a nice conversation. I'm telling her about my ventures. I'm an entrepreneur. Not being too specific. She knows I drive a nice car. She then proceeds to charge me an extra, I believe it was an extra fee for the hairstyle. She explained after she charged me why she did it. Meaning that she didn't have the guts, the gumpture, the ability to communicate with me prior to charging me. To give me the option, to give me the chance to decide if that's really what I want to do. And that's how people operate nowadays. They want to scam you. They want to get over on you. They want to make you feel. They don't even care how they make you feel, as long as they get the upper hand of the sale. And that's the unfortunate reality that we live in nowadays. You have to be very careful about the environment you choose to live in. You have to be very selective about the people who you interact with and the people you associate with. Because 90% of people out there are out to get you. Nobody really cares for your struggle. Nobody wants to see you win, to see you succeed. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because it's getting hard. It's getting a lot harder nowadays. Just to get by. Just to survive. Everybody's frustrated. Tensions are high. You need to maximize in every area of your life. And you need to do it in a way that you enjoy doing it, that you're living for something. People are casting their struggles, their burdens, their negative emotions onto you. And they don't really care. Because that hole of empathy is being filled with frustration, desperation for their particular situations. And me, I feel it too. I feel it every single day. But the difference between me and the next individual is I'm strong-minded. I'm strong-willed. I'm willing to push forward because I know what the scripture says. All hard work leads to mere profit. Work as if you are working for the Lord. Right? Be prideful in your struggle. Be graceful in each and every single thing that you do. See, the number one differentiator between me and the next man is my provider is God Almighty. My obedience, my loyalty, my selection is to Him. As long as I follow His word, as long as I do what His word says, I will be successful, I will be prosperous. And that's how the world works. I'm tired of people thinking that, oh, there's another strategy. There's a success strategy. The success strategy is hard work, diligence, and obedience. You got to be willing to do what it takes to become successful. And you better create an environment. You better create a reality. You better create a lifestyle that allows you to execute. Because that's all it takes. Hard work, consistency, and you will execute. Diligence. Become a critical thinker. Don't be too enthralled with somebody's power, status, or who they are as an individual. Look at what they're doing. What are they telling you? What are they showing you? Because that guy who I got on the call with yesterday, he exposed himself to me. He showed me who he was as a person. He gave me an opportunity to get out while I could. Because in reality, that's what it was. Pushing the burden on me, pushing the blame on me, trying to amplify my insecurities. I'm telling him, hey man, I don't got things are going on back home. I got things going on in my life. I just need help navigating through these situations. I need clarity and understanding. I don't need you to tell me I'm inconsistent. I don't need you to tell me I'm not built for it. I don't need you to tell me I'm not good enough, because I know I'm good enough. I got this fire inside of me. I'm better than the best if I work my hardest. I don't need nobody telling me anything besides that. And this confidence, this rebuttal comes from life experiences. Doing things on my own terms. You gotta go hard. Every single day. And you better love and enjoy it. That's all it is. Don't let nobody shake you. Don't let nobody rattle your bones. Don't let nobody think you're inadequate. Build an unbreakable mindset. Build a mindset, an unforgeable mindset, so that you can progress and expand and go farther in life. Don't be sitting here second guessing yourself, second guessing your abilities because someone of authority, somebody of power is talking down on you. It's making you doubt yourself. It's making you question yourself. You best believe everything coming your way, you deserve it. And you got to keep working. You need friends. You need accountability partners. You need people who you can rely on, depend on, to see you through your experience. That's one skill set. That's one area we all need to work on. Building connections, building relationships, creating friendships, growing, getting better. Life is becoming a struggle nowadays. Life is becoming harder. And what do you do when life becomes harder? You go harder. And that's what I teach my clients. When I'm in the gym, training my guys up, teaching them how to build an amazing physique, losing body fat, get their vertical right. I train their mind. I give them the scenarios. I give them the experiences. I give them the after effect. of what will happen when they train with me. Because when you get in shape with all these other coaches, all these fitness trainers, they're going to be like, hey, man, that's it. How did you enjoy it? How did you like it? You want to sign up again? Which is cool. But my ultimate goal, my ultimate vision is to set up a reality, is to set up a lifestyle you can step into, you can walk into after you've completed the fitness coach and the fitness training. That's all it is. I make sure my guys are taken care of. I make sure my clients are well taken care of from the beginning to the end. I make sure they hit their goals because I'm constantly on their line, making sure they execute, making sure they get things done. Because that's the only way to success. That's the only way to the top. You have to grind. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. Every single day, every single night. You can't take no breaks off. Every time you stop to take a break, failure is creeping up on you. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep pushing the envelope. It's hard if you don't have the right mentality, if you don't have the right mindset. But when you have a brotherhood, when you have a group of other guys doing it with you, it's much more easier. It's much better. You'll yield a greater reward, a greater result. I'm telling you. In this life, that's how things work. Never give up on your opportunity. Never give up on your goals. You have to keep pushing forward. Anybody that tells you otherwise does not know what they're talking about. Continue to grind, continue to grow, continue to get better, and keep your faith strong. Be level-headed. Keep your house in order. When you wake up, execute your morning routine. I don't care if you wake up 2 hours late. It happens. We all make mistakes. Get right to work. Do what you need to be doing every single day. You will see a profit. You will see a return. When you make your first dollar, then you will know what I'm saying is for real. Every single thing I'm telling you, I've lived and experienced it. I didn't have a choice. I needed to become the first person to let everybody else know what was going on in my life. I don't play around. I don't play games with my destiny. I'm getting better and better every single day, becoming the person, becoming the man necessary to accomplish his goals. Fighting for my life, fighting for freedom. It's hard, but not being successful is even harder. Not having a routine, not having a system, not having a schedule, not having a plan is even harder. Because when you look back and you see all that you've done versus all that you couldn't done, that's where the regret lies. If your goal is to make $12K a month as a fitness coach and you're not making $12K a month, you're not going harder. You're not going smart enough. You're not doing what is necessary. The sacrifices are not taking place. And is that 100% your fault? Maybe, depending on how you see things. But I've come to the reality that I need to accept that this is not going to change. People are going to continuously barrage me with negative emotions, negative perspectives on life. And the only thing I can do is rise, grind, and get better. And I'm going to be the best trainer. I'm going to be the best online fitness coach that I could possibly be. To not only look out for my future, but to look out for all of those that train with me. I want them to have the best. Everybody deserves a quality experience once in a while. So that's one thing I want to get across to you guys. Seek a quality experience. That's the message of today. Only seek quality experiences. Man, if you guys like this video, I want you to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what's going on in your life. Message me. Let's chat. Let's figure something out. I want to create a friendship. I want to create relationships. I want to create a brotherhood by making these videos. I want to connect with people and see what's going on with other people's life stories. I'm very much interested in getting to know who my guys are on the other end of this camera, because everybody matters. Everybody matters. Everybody is valuable. So if you can show me that you're willing to be a friend, that you're willing to work hard, that you're willing to do whatever it takes, you will have a friend of yours.